Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for Major League Baseball on Friday, April 7th, 2023. We're going to have MLB player props, run lines, over-unders, NRFIs here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that make a great value bets for this Friday Major League Baseball slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with Prize Picks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match and your first deposit up to $100 on Prize Picks. Really, it's a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. Put multiple picks into an entry, doing a lot of money, and really is a lot of fun to use. So, highly encourage you to check that out. Like I said, be sure to check that out down below in the comment section and the description. Be sure also to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. Speaking of that, guys, we had 3 great call-outs in the chat yesterday, so I'm going to call those out right now. We had Justin McKelvey calling the Atlanta Braves team total over 4.5 for plus value. We'd love to see that. Was able to cash that. We had Money Mitch calling the Boston Red Sox money line with the Giants plus 2.5. Was able to cash both of those. And then we had Eric Me calling the Toronto Blue Jays most hits versus the Kansas City Royals. Love to see that. So great calls there from our chat. I think those are the only 3 callouts too. So 3 for 3 in the chat. That's great stuff. That's what we like to see. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys. We ended up going 1-1 on our results yesterday here at the channel. Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases for plus 100. I was able to cash that easily. Second at bat, he slapped a home run. So we like to see that. And then we missed our NRFI again. The NRFIs are just killing us right now. Unfortunately, that didn't come in either. The NRFI didn't come in. So 1-1 yesterday, guys. We're going to get after it today, though, guys. We're going to look to get this 4-0 sweep. We really need it. We've had a really rough start to the season, but I'm confident. We're going to try something different today. Don't be mad at me, guys. We got something a little bit of a crazy idea. Probably something nothing we've ever done before. It's definitely going to be a little different. There's going to be some good reasoning for it, though. And then, yeah. So let's get after it today, guys. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with the Seattle Mariners money line here versus the Cleveland Guardians. Plus 102 odds here on Bet Rivers. So, guys, first game between these 2 pitchers we got going to the hill, Aaron Savali and Logan Gilbert. Savali got the best of Logan Gilbert in a 2-0 win over the Mariners. The Guardians won that game. Savali was terrific. 7 shutout innings. 7 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits. So he was obviously very good. He's pretty solid in the spring as well. 3.77 ERA, 0.77 WHIP, 163 average in the spring. I'm not sure Savali is quite an ace yet, though, or a top of the line starter. I mean, last year he was 5-6 with a 4.92 ERA in 2022. So, is he quite to that level yet? I don't know. We know what Logan Gilbert could do, though. We've seen, Logan Gilbert be the best pitcher, obviously, on this staff. And he was really good in that game as well. 6 innings pitched, 182 average, allowed, 1 earned run, 0.83 whip. Like I said, he was just out-dueled. So, it's pretty crazy in a lot of ways, how good Savali was, but I think here this is a nice bounce back spot here for the Mariners for plus value with their ace on the hill. Seattle's supposed to be a pretty good team. They added Teoscar Hernandez in the offseason. He's finally starting to get it going here at the plate. They still got Julio Rodriguez, obviously, Ty France. So they have some really good names here in this lineup. And they're supposed to be better than they've been so far. Kind of off to a slow start. They take it on the road to Cleveland. I think they could bounce back here. Last year, Mariners won 6 out of 7 last year versus the Guardians, including a 3-game sweep in Cleveland. So I think they could start getting some of that momentum back. I'm looking for Seattle to bounce back. Gilbert was terrific. This lineup needs to produce for their starter to help them get it done here. So far, Guardians 9th in runs, Mariners 19th. So that's what I'm talking about. Mariners need to do a little bit better here at the plate, guys. 19th in runs isn't quite going to cut it, especially, like I said, for the talent that they have in that lineup. And I like Like I said, I just really like the bounce back spot here. I think this is a nice spot with Gilbert on the hill. You know, typically, if you're getting even odds or better with Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners, usually you feel pretty good. So, love it there, guys, for number one pick. We're going Seattle Mariners money line here versus the Cleveland Guardians. Plus 102 odds here on Bet Rivers. Okay, and at number two, guys, we got an NRFI today, but man, if we don't hit this one, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think we may have to start looking at switching from NRFI over to Yerfy. I don't know. I can't do that. But we might have to take a break from NRFI if this doesn't hit. What we got here is we got the Miami Marlins, New York Mets NRFI bet here. No run first inning. Minus 120 odds here on DraftKings. So we're at Citi Field this time. Pretty pitcher-friendly park overall. I like that. It could be a pretty deep park, obviously. And we got two lineups here, honestly, that haven't been doing great so far this season. The Marlins are 30th in runs, Mets are 24th in runs. We had two pretty poor offenses so far to start the season. As far as first inning runs go, the Marlins are 23rd, Mets are 19th in first inning runs. So pretty solid there as well. These teams both NRFI'd in 3 out of 4 games in Miami, including this pitcher matchup with Cabrera and McGill on the mound. So Cabrera for the Marlins was actually really good in the spring. Pretty solid, versus Mets in that first start. Gave up a bunch of base runners. So obviously we don't want to do that today. He did have a 1.80 ERA, 0.93 WHIP in the spring, very good. Last year, 6-4, 3.04 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 10 home runs in 14 starts. So it's pretty solid overall. We like those numbers. And McGill, probably the one I might be a little bit more worried about, just because his whip is high. He can give up walks, but he's so far 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA, 1.6 WHIP, 3.71 ERA, 1.59 WHIP in the spring. So, like I said, that WHIP is high. As Marlins lineup, though, definitely leaves a lot to be desired. They did last year, and they still leave a lot to be desired, despite adding Luis Ariz. So, I think here, I think this is a good spot. I like the park that we're in. I like the fact that these offenses are struggling. We got two pitchers that are solid. They're not the greatest, but I think they can get us one inning here of good work. And hopefully they can cash us in for us. So, love it there, guys, for number 2 pick. We're going Marlins, Mets, NRFI bet here. No run first inning. Minus 120 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, guys, and at number 3, this is where things are going to start getting weird. We're going Gleyber Torres over 1.5 bases here for the New York Yankees. Plus 125 odds here on DraftKings. As Torres so far 3 out of 6 to this line. He's batting .421. He's hit 2 home runs. Obviously, that's very good. .421 average. And this matchup is great for him. He's hit well off of Dean Kramer in the past. 4 for 9 off of Kramer with a double, which we love to see that. Kramer, 3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 2.33 WHIP in his first start. And honestly, just when I've watched Kramer pitch, I think these Yankees bats will be able to get to him for sure. He had a 4.82 ERA in the spring. I'm not a big believer in him right now. So I think this is a great spot for Gleyber. He's got great numbers to start the season. We're on the road here, so we'll get our max potential of at-bats, which I like to see that. And he's also got a good history at Camden Yards. .295 average, 8 home runs, 9 doubles. So very solid power numbers, which is what I like to see. And I think Gleyber here could get it done. Love the plus value. So we're going to take it there, guys, for our number 3 pick. We're going Gleyber Torres over 1.5 bases here for the New York Yankees. Plus 125 odds here on DraftKings. So why did I say that's where we start getting weird? Well, for our number 4 pick, we're going to take another guy in the Yankees lineup. And like I said, this is kind of weird. We're taking Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases here for the Yankees. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. So why am I doing this? Well, my viewpoint on this is simple, guys. If you hit one of these, at very worst, you're going to split. And maybe even better if you hit on Gleyber Torres. Obviously, you make a quarter unit. But I love the value of both these guys. Both these guys have had great history. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just take them both? Because I think at some point, at the very worst, I'm looking at this, we're going to get a split here. And obviously, I love both these hitters. And I think in this spot, versus a pitcher that I think we can get some heads off of, I think this is a good spot to take both these guys right here. I'm expecting big things. So last year they played against Dean Kramer. Both of these guys cashed in the same game, right? So I like seeing that. I did a little research on that. I'm saying, like, all right, can we cash both? That's what I want to know. And they did last year. I'm expecting more of that this year. There's some different things you could do with this too, guys. If you guys have to do like a same game parlay, this is a good idea for that. You could take. That's what I really see happening. I think Gleyber Torres most likely to have a multi-hit game, so you can take him to get like 2 hits for some great plus value. Or Aaron Judge to hit a home run. He's got 3 home runs off of Kramer in his career and 7 at bats. So I think Judge could definitely go long today. I think that's a great bet, even though there's not a ton of value on it. I think it's like plus 260 or so. But so far, he's also 3 out of 6 to this line. 348 average, 2 home runs so far. Career, he's got a 310 average, 19 home runs, 8 doubles at Camden Yards. So great power numbers for him. He's 12 out of his last 20 games at Camden Yards to this line, which you like to see that. And like I said, we talked about Kramer, 3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 2.33 whip in his first start. Obviously, it's not very good. And Judge here, 4 out of 7 off of Dean Kramer with 3 home runs. So it's obviously very good. And when they played him last year, like I said, both of these guys cashed, both Gleyber Torres and Aaron Judge. So we'd love to obviously have that again. We'll be really happy we could get this done early and just feel like a champion. So that's what I'm hoping happens. We get that right in the top of the first. That'd be great. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I like the odds of at least cashing for sure one of these, but both to me is definitely a good look. Even DJ LeMahieu's got great numbers as well. He's not bad if you wanted to throw another guy in there, but I'm not going to go that crazy. I said I'd go a little crazy, but not too crazy. But do love it there, guys, for number 4 pick. We're going Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases here for the New York Yankees. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. That's the biggest way you guys can help me, just by liking and sharing the video. It means a lot to me. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that. I know we're doing something a little different today. It's a little scary. I haven't actually done anything like this before where I take 2 from the same game. But I'm like, you know what? Why not? You know, both these hitters have been great to start the season. Great versus the matchup. Both on the road, which I love. There's so many factors I love about both these guys. I was trying to decide between the two. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go both. Because I'm like, why not? So we'll see what happens. Like I said, we need to get off the schneid, though. It's been a tough start for us. We're going to speak it into existence. We're going to get a 4-0 today, guys. So let's get after it. Appreciate all of you here at the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you all next time. Peace out.